We all have been hearing a lot about the controversy surrounding an upcoming film, The Kerala Story. It has been stirring up a storm across the entire country, but amidst all this, let's look into the story through the legal lens. Directed by Sudipto Sen and produced by Vipul Amrutlal Shah, this movie, The Kerala Story, is ruffling feathers with its claim that 32,000 women from Kerala were tricked or deceived into converting to Islam and were forced to join ISIS. Well, this was the initial claim of the filmmakers, but now they have cut it down to just 3 women. This we'll discuss later in the video. And let me tell you, this is not all. The Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan, the ruling party CPI Marxist and the opposition except BJP are up in arms against the film, calling it out for spreading false propaganda, stoking communal tensions and painting Kerala in a negative light. And owing to all this controversy, as we all know, the film is currently facing legal challenges. So let me update you about the legal cases so far regarding this matter. It started with an interlocutory application being filed in the Supreme Court. So on 2nd May, an application was filed before the Supreme Court in the hate speech case, contending that the contents of this film amounts to hate speech. But the Supreme Court expressed its disinclination to consider this application. Supreme Court's 2-judge bench comprising Justices K.M. Joseph and B.V. Nagaratna had noted that challenging the release of a movie through an interlocutory application is not an appropriate remedy. And later on the same day, a separate petition was filed by an Islamic Organisation, Jamiyat Ulama-e-Hind. They had also reached the Supreme Court filing a petition with a similar prayer. According to their petition, this movie is allegedly demeaning the entire Muslim community, and if it's released, it's going to endanger their lives and livelihoods. They've also mentioned the fundamental rights, arguing that the movie violates the community's rights. So what's the movie all about, you ask? Well, according to this petition, the movie starts with a note that it is inspired by true events. It has sparked outrage for its portrayal of Muslim community and their alleged role in trafficking non-Muslim girls to ISIS. Various people across the country are claiming that the movie is spreading a false narrative that Muslim youngsters are luring non-Muslims into radicalization. The petition also alleges that the movie wrongfully shows that 32,000 girls have left Kerala for West Asia to join ISIS. However, the United Nations, the Union Home Ministry, police sources and experts agree that the number of Indians who left to join ISIS is around 66, and the maximum number of pro-ISIS persons who may have shown inclination towards ISIS is between 100 and 200. An interesting thing to note is that the trailer of the film initially read as heartbreaking and gut-wrenching stories of 32,000 females in Kerala. However, the harsh criticism that followed forced a change of course. The number of women have been scaled down to 3 now. This petition filed by this Islamic Organisation in the Supreme Court was subsequent to the interlocutory application filed in the morning. Coming over to the next day in the Supreme Court, that is on 3rd of May, Advocate Vrinda Grover mentioned this petition filed by the Islamic Organisation before the Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud, seeking urgent listing on the very next day itself, as the film is getting released on May 5. This I'm talking about the petition and not the interlocutory application, which was already dismissed by the Supreme Court the previous day. During this time, Senior Advocate Nizam Pasha also mentioned another petition filed by Qurban Ali, challenging the film's release. While Advocate Vrinda Grover's petition focused on adding a disclaimer to the movie, stating that it was entirely fictional, on the other hand, Senior Advocate Pasha's petition took a more severe stance, seeking a complete ban on the film. But the Supreme Court was not inclined to entertain and disposed of the writ petitions, noting that the reliefs sought by the petitioners, that is under Article 32, are capable of being sought before the High Court first, under Article 226 of the Constitution. That they should go to the High Court first before reaching the Supreme Court directly. Meanwhile, another petition was filed on 2nd May in the Kerala High Court. This means that the Kerala High Court is already hearing a similar matter, and the Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud observed that instead of the Supreme Court, the High Court may consider the request for an early listing of this matter. So let us now come over to what has happened in the Kerala High Court till now. On 2nd of May, the petitioner, that is the State Office Bearer of an NGO by the name Rajiv Gandhi Study Circle, had sought a stay on the release of the film and prayed for the removal of all incorrect and unverified statements and scenes derogatory to the Muslim community and to the state of Kerala. The petitioner stated that they say that it is inspired by true stories, which will give an indication that in Kerala, massive conversions are taking place. This is something which diminishes the dignity of the state and people as a whole. It is an insult to the state. The division bench comprising Justice N. Nagaresh and Justice Muhammad Niaz CP inquired about whether the matter was pending before the Supreme Court. The bench stated that if the matter is pending before the apex court, it would not be right for the High Court to interfere. The council had informed the court that this petition was moved before the observations made by the Supreme Court. The court remarked that the film was merely a piece of art and that the same could not be mixed with hate speech, to which the advocate responded, "If this court feels this is not hate speech, nothing else would be." The court also asked the petitioner if the court would be giving the film more publicity by entertaining such pleas. "I don't know what is so big about this. After all, it is just a story," Justice Nagaresh had remarked. The advocate appearing for the director of the film argued that the censor board, after applying its mind, granted the certificate on 24th of April 2023. Consequently, the Kerala High Court had sought the response of the centre and the producers of the film. The court also directed one more similar plea to be tagged along with the already ongoing case and added that it would be considered along with the ongoing plea on May 5, 2023. Yes, the same day on which the movie is to be released. Well, subsequent to this, on 3rd of May, a Chennai-based journalist had also reached Madras High Court, seeking a ban on this movie. In his petition, it has been stated that the teaser of the movie was released without obtaining any prior permission from the Central Board of Film Certification, which itself is a violation of law. Further, he contended that the film is unfit for certification under Section 5B of the Cinematography Act, which prevents certification if any part of the movie is found to be against the sovereignty, security, and integrity of the state. Well, as of today, that is on 4th of May, the petitioners in Kerala High Court has sought for urgent listing of the matter today itself, since the film is set to release tomorrow, citing the Supreme Court's order which had given liberty for the matter to be listed early. Well, with the courts yet to weigh in on this matter, no final decision has yet been taken. But Live Law will keep you updated on all the updates happening in this story. This was Apurva Pandita, and keep watching Live Law.